Evening everybody. A very short one for you this time, and I know you won't believe me, but it will be. We've got here a 1978 Meccano No.1 Set. There's quite a few parts in it, but a lot of small parts, although there are some angled girders and some longer strips. We have quite a selection of models to make, but none that really appeal to me for a couple of reasons. There's no motor included in this set, and all the models use the 1-inch pulleys with the tyres to fit, so obviously got small wheels, and there's no real models I could use with steam power. But the main thing I don't like about nearly all the models is what you have to do to some of the parts. Regular viewers will probably know that I don't like bending parts, and whilst curving flexible plates is one thing, bending narrow strips to destruction almost is not my cup of tea. So this set is pretty good condition box. It's not sealed and it's little used, I would say. Was bought in the job lot last September, that I brought up from the Henley Gathering, and this one was listed as 15 quid, and I suppose with the job lot and the deal it was probably about 12, but at 15 quid it's still a good price. So without further ado, let's have a look inside. So there we are. Pretty basic set. We've got 4 tyres, several flexible plates, as you can see, the 1.5 inch by 2.5 inch and some larger ones. Some flat plate, the flat plate there, and there's a girder plate there, and you may be able to see from there, for example, the flat plate has been used, and up here there are marks on the trunnions, the flat trunnions there. If I remember correctly, although I could be wrong on this, these used to come in a sealed bag, the nuts and bolts, so again they look like somebody's just put them into normal small bags, so there you can see it's been used a very little bit. Not too bad. The screwdriver doesn't look used at all, nor does the spanner, so it may have been a case of somebody put a few parts together and got fed up, I suppose, which is pretty common. We've still got the Meccano label, which is just there, you can see the end of there, and we've got the cord, and the plastic cover to the tray is in pretty good condition, was in very good condition. We've also got the stickers that you put on the models. Maybe a couple took off or just a bit creased with age, maybe just here, but all there. And lastly, we've got the instruction book, #1 of course, to go with the set, and there you can see all the models you can make, and just about everything except the scales and the go-kart, which are the scales there and the go-kart there, require you to bend flexible plates at the very least, and in some cases, like the small Ferris wheel, which was interesting till I noticed that the narrow strips there are bent quite severely. They're all requiring some form of bending parts, some of course worse than others, some not too bad. First up then folks, we'll look at the extra models. There are some extra parts in the set, and these models included on this little single double-sided sheet give you a few examples of what you can do with using the extra parts. And I'll probably build the crane on the right looking at it, because it's not too bad for bending parts. It's just the one flexible plate. On the other side we've got a plane, a seesaw, and I suppose a tipping cart or railway wagon at the top right. The instructions, or the quality of the instructions, do vary. Of course, you've got the more usual basic construction and fixing techniques there, and descriptions in several languages, and some of the instructions come in black and white, as you can see. They're not fantastic, they're a bit small, but well, they're certainly worse. The World War I diagrams, for example, and dare I say it, the 1960s stuff, I don't think that's really good. But some of them are in colour, which are a little bit more, well, certainly colourful, but as you can see they do seem a bit clearer. And of course you've got what's contained in the sets parts lists, and of course diagrams of parts, several pages for those. So there you go, 1978, we know it's 1978 because on these it says on the box. #1 Meccano set, £15, and just to prove the age, we've got it here, just there, 1978. Of course, the Airfix period. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed that. It's not a very inspiring set model wise, but for 15 quid I don't think you can moan. Bye for now.